survive and advance. That's what Lutheran South did on Friday. Brandon Downey got touched up a bit early on, but then he settled down, and the sophomore struck out 7, and Lutheran South advanced to their first ever state championship game. For the Wildcats of Westminster, it was the same story. Down 2-1 to Marshall in the 6th, but finally plated some runs. 7 of them, in fact, and they got the victory to get back for the second straight year to the state championship game, which is next. And a gorgeous day here in Springfield for that state title game. Westminster Christian Academy and the Wildcats against Lutheran South and the Lancers, 2 teams that know each other very well. They're from the same conference out there in St. Louis. Thanks so much for being a part of this MSHSAA broadcast. My name is Mick Schaefer. Lance Quisenberry joins me as well. It is the Missouri Class 3 championship game, and let's start with Lutheran South and the Lancers. Lance, offensively, they were efficient on Friday. Just 4 hits, plated up 8 runs.
Yeah, and didn't see a lot of this, a lot of base hits and scoring runs, but they found other ways to get runs across. And what we did see was a lot more of the wild pitches here in this variety, guys getting on base with walks, and so they found ways to score runs, and that's what you got to do.
They got those runs scored, manufactured them on the base paths, walked 11 times. For their counterparts, Westminster Christian, they basically played solid baseball, waiting for their bats to come alive, and they finally did.
Yeah, they kept it close. You could tell offensively they were a little tight, and balls weren't falling, but you see them making some good plays defensively. And then once they finally did get rolling, they rolled in a big way, and they scored a lot of runs there in the bottom of the 6th to put that game away.
It's a rematch. In fact, these 2 teams have played twice this season, with Westminster winning both, but in close fashion, 2-0 and 3-0. This one for everything in Class 3. Sunny and 77, like we said, a Chamber of Commerce day here in Springfield, and we have a bracket that is almost filled out here in Class 3. Westminster Christian and Lutheran South getting to the championship after taking care of Savannah and Marshall, 2 teams that played earlier today. Savannah got that win 10-0 in the consolation game. But this is the championship game, and we are underway. Mick Schaefer, Lance Quisenberry, alongside you. We appreciate you joining us here on Time Warner Cable Metro Sports. This MSHSAA broadcast went out over the internet, going to be on television. There's Rich Van Gilst in his 28th year at Westminster Christian. They're the defending Class 3 state champs, won this thing a year ago. He's originally from Pella, Iowa. Here's the lineup. Tate Matheny. Good day for him on Friday, bad day for his dad. We'll talk about that. Shane Bennis, son of Andy Bennis, Luke Turner at 3rd, Einertson at 1st, Bond, Larson, Smith, Buffa, and Bryce Bell, the DH, round things out. And just like he got started on Friday, that is Tate Matheny with a base hit to left. Tate Matheny, the name sounds familiar. It should. He is the son of Mike Matheny, the St. Louis Cardinals manager. Tate is a senior, hits over 600. Yesterday, went 1 for 2, was all over the place, played good center field, scored 2 runs, 2 walks. Ryan Strom is your pitcher, 2.45 ERA, a big lefty out there. 6'3" on the season. 38 strikeouts to just 11 walks. Matheny wreaks havoc on the base paths as Shane Bennis comes up. He's the 2-hole hitter for Westminster. Back to Matheny. Great day for him yesterday, but then Lance, his dad's team gets no hit by the New York Mets, the first no-hitter in Mets history.
Yesterday was a day for no-hitting.
And there goes Matheny to second, and he's going to swipe it. Strom had him, made the move to first, but Matheny had already broke. And by the time the throw got there from Downey, it was late. a little off the mark as he was throwing to Schumer. And look at that, Matheny already in scoring position.
Tell these teams have played against each other a lot already. You see a first pitch curveball of the game to your hitter because he knows him so well. They've already faced each other twice, and then you've got him trying to pick him off the first 3 tries before he even throws the pitch. So definitely some familiar opponents here that knows what each is trying to do.
Shane Bennis finally gets a pitch, takes strike 1, 0-1. Bennis went 1 for 4 on Friday. Curveball is in the dirt.
You were talking about no-hitters. Not only did we have a no-hitter with the Cardinals, but the Florida Gators threw a no-hitter yesterday in college, and then we had a no-hitter here yesterday with Parkway North no-hitting Willard. So had 3 no-hitters yesterday that I know of.
And in the consolation game, as there's another smash to the left side, and that's going to be a base hit. Here comes Matheny to the plate. He gets booted out there in left field by Jost, and an RBI single to start things off from Shane Bennis. Fist pumps with his dad over there, Andy Bennis at first base.
That's the way you draw it up.
Yep.
Get the leadoff hitter on, get a stolen base, get a base hit, get up 1-0, get your guys feeling good about themselves.
Both these teams will be running all over the place. We saw it with Lutheran South. They had 11 walks, but those walks a lot of times turned into doubles basically because they have some speedy runners on the base paths. That bunt by Turner, that's Luke Turner who lays down the bunt. He's thrown out, but that moves the runner Shane Bennis into scoring position. So 1 away here in the top of the first.
I said yesterday that your hitter here, Einertson, would be happy to get out of yesterday's game so he wouldn't have to see any more lefties. Well, guess what?
Got another one.
We got another one.
We've seen so many this weekend. 2-1 lefties to righties. Relievers come in, they're left-handed.
And that's pretty rare. It really is. You don't see a lot of lefties at the high school level. And, as a college coach, I see lefties come in, hitters at the college level that really struggle because they see so many more lefties.
Yep.
And because they just don't see them at the high school level. So we've seen something pretty rare here this week.
Lance, by the way, the head coach at Evangel here in Springfield. NAI juggernaut that you guys are.
I don't know what the definition of juggernaut is, but I'd say I don't know if we're there yet.
3 balls and no strikes to Connor Einertson. He's going to DePaul to play baseball. Strom drops in strike 1. 3 balls, 1 strike. Downey, the first baseman, pitched Friday's game and pitched well. Gave up 6, but pitched most of the game as Strom walks Einertson.
Yeah, I thought Downey did a good job. He had to throw a few pitches there early, and which got his pitch count up. I got a little tired there towards the end of the game, but had Otterstein, I believe that's how you say that, he'd come in and finish the job for him.
The batter is Brett Bond. First pitch swinging, that's popped foul and going to be out of play as Samuel Gigg, the catcher, gives chase.
Say that Bond, Brett Bond.
That's right. Is he replaced Sebastian Sims as your favorite name?
I don't think so. Sebastian, you can't go wrong with that.
Bond's the sophomore catcher for this team, and just below 300. The averages for this Westminster squad just through the roof. Up and down the order, you see 300 hitters, 400 hitters, and there's another base hit, the 3rd of the inning. That's going to score Shane Bennis as the throw comes in from left field, and Jost, but it gets by the catcher and Strom backing up. So throw an air on that play as the runners advance to 2nd and 3rd with 1 out.
Tell you something, that's something that my teams work on a lot. You don't think it's that important, but when the pitcher does not get the depth he needs and is ready for that overthrow, you just keep putting runners in scoring position, and wasn't able to back up that throw, and all your runners move up another base.
Maybe not a wise decision by Yost to go to the plate there. And Bennis was well down the line, but he makes it 2-0. Matheny and Bennis have scored. They're back in the dugout, and that brings up the lefty. And another base hit. Connor Larson. 4 hits in the inning. A play at the plate here. Giggs not even going to try to tag him out. He'll go to second and get Larson. Heads up play by the senior Giggs. Knew he didn't have a chance at home. So he throws to second, at least gets the second out and empties the bases. But it's 4-0 now, Westminster.
Game of inches, game of inches. If he does not step up and take that throw, he does not get the runner at second, and it looks like he probably beat it anyway, but they got the call, and I'd say they're pretty happy with the 4-0 lead there.
Yep. They'll take that in the first inning, considering in the 2 games combined these 2 teams have played. Westminster won them both, but they've only scored a total of 5. Here's Jordan Smith. 300 hitters, 400 hitters, a 600 hitter in this lineup. This one chopped up the box. Back up the box. The 5th hit of the inning and another base runner. The Westminster, we saw them be patient on Friday, but here today, they're going after Ryan Strom.
7 hitters to the plate and 5 hits. That's a pretty good batting average.
You'll take that.
Yeah, and you know, maybe some familiarity. They may have seen Strom earlier in the year, so they kind of know what he's going to do. So maybe they don't have to wait around a lot at the plate. They've got an idea already what he can do. Jacob
Buffa up now. He went 1 for 3, scored a run.
Look at your positioning of your infielder. Your second baseman is almost behind second base. I think they've got a pretty good idea that Buffa is a pull hitter, so got nobody on the right side of the infield hardly.
Jacob lays off that one in the dirt, and that's going to be Smith taking second. Heads up play there by Westminster. We've already seen them all over the base paths. Very aggressive. Both these teams. You'll see South too. To hit and run, look to steal.
Yeah, four runs. I know that's you don't want to give up in the first inning, but I guarantee you, Lutheran is they're going to come back. They're fine. They got some guys who can do the very same thing.
Another one in the dirt. Smith will stay at second, retreat. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Full count here. 2 outs in the first. 4 already plated by Westminster. Smash. Another base hit. Cut off by the left fielder Jost, but he has no chance at getting the runner Smith, and it's 5-0 Wildcats. And stepping to the plate is yesterday's hero, Bryce Bell. As we take a look at the good swing there by Buffa. 379 hitter, hitting 8th. Here's how good this lineup is. Bryce Bell, your 9-hole hitter. He was the hero of yesterday's game with the 3-run triple in the 6th that finally allowed Westminster to break out and put up 7 in that inning and come from behind and avoid the upset. But Westminster so far this inning, Lance, squaring up a lot of balls. Yeah,
right now Strom's not fooling anybody, and lefties, you've got to mix things up well, and looks like the hitters for Westminster have decided, you know what, he's not really got anything he can throw by us, so we can kind of wait back, and if there's that curveball, we're not going to be out in front of it. We're going to be ready for whatever he throws.
Quick visit from Steve Fund, the head coach of Lutheran South, to the mound. We'll get back to it here. Once again, the batter is Bell, who delivered a huge hit in the 6th inning. Unloaded the bases, got a triple himself, eventually scored, fouls this one off.
Strom's really got to work those corners and needs to work down in the zone a little bit better. and we can get a little bit better results. But right now, you know, Lutheran South is got to get this last out so they can get in the dugout.
He's a strike thrower. Doesn't allow a lot of walks. The problem is Westminster's swinging at those strikes and squaring them up. Another base hit, and they batted through the order.
Yeah, it just looked like another fastball up. And if we saw a guy last inning that last game that was able to throw that fastball up and the pitcher there from Savannah and get away with that, but if you don't have velocity in the upper 80s like he had, then you have more of what we're just seeing.
Tate Matheny gonna stride over down the first base line, get a few words of advice whispered in his ear from Andy Bennis, longtime Cardinal, longtime Padre, longtime Major Leaguer, now on the staff here at Westminster Christian. His son is a sophomore shortstop who is in the on-deck circles. Already batted once this inning. Shane got a base hit. Here's Matheny. Told you about his Cardinal ties. State champs from a year ago. They beat Savannah in the state championship game last year. Savannah, we saw earlier, raised the third place trophy. They won 10-0, but the big story of that game was a new record being set here at state. It kind of shattered. 18 strikeouts from Blake McFadden. The previous record was 16, held by 4 guys. Now it's 18, held all by Blake McFadden, all by himself. Another smash. Matheny, this one's going to the gap. And watch him motor. 1 run's going to score. Here comes a second one. Matheny looking for his 11th triple of the year, and he's got it. Tate Matheny delivers a 2-out, 2-run triple. It's 7-0.
Westminster looking to put this thing away before it even gets started. And 7 spot in the first. I think we saw a 7 spot from him yesterday as well. That was a little later in the game.
Yeah, so the last 2 innings they've hit in, they've scored 7 runs. And they're not done here yet with Matheny at third, Shane Bennis up.
Looking down in Lutheran South's bullpen, seeing if anybody's warming up. Don't see anybody yet. But
they haven't had a shot yet.
At some point, they need to start getting somebody ready, because Strom's not fooling anybody yet.
Westminster's come to play. Very different team, it seems like, than we saw on Friday. Aggressive not only on the base paths, but also at the plate and delivering.
Now, I think we talked about yesterday. They're the favorite probably coming in, so they probably will, once you get behind there and start not playing really up to your potential, and things get a little tight. And but now they got that win yesterday and look a lot more relaxed today.
Really a wake-up call yesterday. Bennis kills that one down the line. Will that stay fair? It will, and caught a few steps shy of the warning track by Jost, but what an eventful inning for Westminster Christian, and a great way to start it. 7 runs, 8 hits. They take a commanding lead here in the first of the Class 3 state championship. Their last 2 at-bats here in Springfield, Westminster Christian has put up 14 runs, 7 to win it on Friday, 7 to start it here against Lutheran South in the title game. Lutheran South coming up to bat for the first time. They are led by Steve Fund. He's a Lutheran South grad. 82-30 overall at Lutheran South. His dad, Roy Fund, was the old head coach here, led them to the Final Four back in 1981. Here's his lineup. Nicholas Bowman, the speedy center fielder, will lead off. Ryan Strom, one of the better hitters on the team, aside from being one of the best arms, will hit second. Ethan Crinning, Samuel Gigg, the catcher, batting cleanup. The shortstop, Daniel Schumer, followed by Brandon Downey, yesterday's starter, playing first base today. Trey Martin gets to start today at second. Trevor Jost, Cole Bornhop, Neil Goldstein, and Benjamin Lovell. Take a look at his resume. 8-0, a .46 ERA for the junior pitcher, and that's all he is a pitcher. Ball one to the leadoff hitter, Bowman.
These first two hitters, Lutheran South, are excellent top of the order guys. A lot of speed, cause a lot of havoc. They need them on base desperately to start this inning and get something going to answer what Westminster just did.
And what you'll find with these Lutheran South hitters is they're not only patient, they're discerning. If it's a ball, they're not going to be swinging at it, as evidenced by this at-bat so far from Bowman, ahead 3-0.
Last thing you want to do if your level is you got a 7-0 lead, now come out here and walk the leadoff hitter, and you don't want to do that like you just did.
He did. The first walk of the game for Lutheran South. They walked 11 times. 11 times yesterday against Savannah.
Patient hitters. I mean, there's guys who do it all different ways and can be successful at it. But their team is very patient, waits for pitches to hit, and they just don't wait for strikes. They wait for strikes that they can hit hard, and there's a big difference.
They don't wait around on the base paths either. Usually within the first or second pitch of the next at-bat, that guy is going. And a fifth straight ball thrown outside the strike zone here by Lovell.
And if you're Lutheran South, you're going to sit there and wait till he throws his first strike.
Here's the pitcher, Ryan Strom. He does get that strike called. Strom, an excellent hitter, .429 with 20 RBIs on the season.
Pitcher's a little excited, and the location he's at right now is what you'll see, up, and just needs to slow down a little bit, let that arm catch up so he can get down in the zone.
He's up in the zone. You have to imagine with the 7-0 lead, he comes out with a different mentality than what maybe he had about 15 minutes ago.
Right. And all it is just a simple adjustment. His arm's behind, his body's out in front, just needs to let his arm catch up, and then he'll get the ball down, but struggling with it a little bit.
2 walks to lead things off. Lutheran South with 2 runners on. They have yet to swing the bat. We saw this all day Friday.
First innings, the games we've been calling have been,
they have,
I mean, we can't get through them. It's just been either walks or hits or whatever, but it seems like at least one team's putting up a big number every time in the first inning, and now we may see 2 big innings if Lovell can't get the ball down and get in the strike zone.
Well, in the consolation game, we saw Savannah score 3 in the first, and Marshall actually threatened McFadden in the first. Never got near him after that, but they had runners at second and third with 2 outs, and Blake McFadden proceeded to strike out the next hitter, and then struck out just about every other hitter after that.
McFadden threw about 25% of his pitches in that first inning.
Threw 103, struck out 18. Remember, there's only 21 outs in a high school game.
It's impressive anyway if it's 9 innings, but 7 innings, that's unbelievable.
Strike 1, thrown to Crinning, left-handed right fielder. He's a senior on a Missouri Rolla to play. It's college ball.
Work him down a little better. If you're a catcher, maybe you can help him by just giving him a little bit lower target and get him to focus down a little better. But the last 2 pitches have been down the zone.
Lovell evens the count at 2-2. 2 runners on, and there's a strikeout. Ethan Crinning going down. He's up in the zone again, but he got Crinning to go after it.
That's the difference. If you got 2 strikes and you go up in the zone, you can get to change their eye level, hitter's eye level, and make him chase it. And When you're throwing up there in the first pitch, second pitch to the at-bat, they're usually not going to go for those.
Samuel Gigg, talk about discerning eyes. This kid. A great-looking beard. He had 3 walks yesterday.
Probably, just a product of being in the 4-hole and seeing a lot of off-speed curveballs and is used to taking pitches, but
behind him this count 0-2. We saw that on Friday. He was behind a lot of counts. Coaxed some walks though.
Yeah, and he's pretty comfortable batting with 2 strikes.
Yeah. One up and in to Gigg. 1 out, runners on first and second. Bowman and Strom.
I think it's something else you got to think about. We know they played twice already before, and but now Lutheran South is 14 innings they played against them, did not score a run.
Yep.
Even though the games were close, they didn't score on either one of them. So they're still looking to get their first run against Westminster.
That one in the dirt. Count back at 2-2.
Sometimes you can't score against a team. It really kind of plays mind games with you, and you start thinking you can't score. So a run here would be big for them.
That one lifted to second. Gigg throws his bat in disgust, and that's out number 2. Can't advance the runners. Well, back on April 16th, these 2 teams played. Westminster Christian got the victory 3-0, and then 2 weeks later, on April 30th, they played at Westminster as the first game was at Lutheran South, and the Wildcats got that one 2-0. Right now, leading 7-0 in the game that matters. Dalton Schumer up. He's the shortstop, junior. 0 for 3 with an RBI, though, on Friday.
Level's done a good job recovering there, getting those first 2 guys on, but now settling down and throwing strikes.
Giving up just 3 earned runs all season long. That one also popped up. Right fielder coming in. That's Smith. He makes the catch. So first 2 runners walk. They get on, but nothing doing for Lutheran South in their half of the first. Different story for Westminster Christian, who comes to bat here in the second. 7-0 our score. That was the score for a long time in our first game, the consolation game, that Savannah ended up winning 10-0. Another touchdown on the board. Westminster Christian liked what they saw the first time through the order. Luke Turner was one of the only few down spots. He got out, but he at least advanced the runner on a bunt in the first inning. Now he's up here in the second. Fouls that one off, out of play, 1-1. For Luke Turner, he was 0 for 4 with a run scored in yesterday's affair. 6'2", senior third baseman. 407 on the year as a chopper. Oh! And you got the dirt hop there over the glove of Martin. as an unfortunate hop as he was laying back, waiting for the big hop, and he got an even bigger one.
Yeah, he was just unfortunately, staying back because he knew he was going to have time. And I'm sure hindsight, maybe he's thinking, no, maybe I should have charged it. But you don't know what's going to happen when the ball hits the dirt, and just unfortunately got a bad hop there.
They're going to call that a hit. Good to see. Fortunate hop. So the first hit of the weekend for Turner. That brings up the cleanup hitter, Connor Einertson. Einertson attempts to bunt, instead fouls it off. Connor's a senior. Little brother Colin Einertson is a sophomore. We haven't seen him yet. Only played in a few games this year. Connor 313. Walked in the first. 18 RBIs.
A little surprised here to see Einertson squaring. Your four-hole guy didn't do that. But
they bunted Turner last time too.
But he's a left-handed hitter, seen a left-handed pitcher, and just hasn't been real comfortable the last 2 days facing him.
That one is foul. Grabbed by Gig before it could ever approach fair territory. And that was that with 2 strikes?
I believe so.
Yeah, that was with 2 strikes. He is out. Heads up play there by Gig, making sure he grabbed it.
Yeah, that's really
interesting. You ever see that with the cleanup hitter? Button with 2 strikes?
No.
In the second inning?
You don't hardly see it ever.
Up 7-0?
He's been struggling with lefties a little bit and seen them a lot, and hasn't got much better. So maybe trying to get him out of his little slump here and let him get a bunt down. But wasn't able to get it down with 2 strikes.
Here's big Brett Bond, 6 foot and a sophomore. Bond went 1 for 4 on Friday. He had an RBI as he caught Davis Vanderslice, who got the win. Fouled that one off as the runner was going. Having to retreat back to first base is Luke Turner.
Some people might say, what are we doing running up 7-0? That's kind of rubbing it in. Guys, it's only the second inning.
Yeah.
You cannot take anything for granted right now. You need to score, and score as much as you possibly can. And it's not like this is a regular season game. This is the state championship game, and you don't need to have anything be held to chance.
Strom 2 straight over to Downey at first base, chasing Luke Turner back. 3-2 count here. We wait the pitch to Bond. Swung on, sent high into the sky on the left field side. Giving chase is Jost. He's been busy already. That'll bounce over into the bullpen. We'll do that one again. Our umpires for today's game: at third base, Johnny Fry; at first base, Corey Gilpin; and then at home plate, Eddie Duggar. What'd you call him? Big hands, you said?
Edward Big Hands. He has the biggest hands of any man I know. He's not he's a fairly big guy, but not any giant. But they just engulf your hand when you shake hands with him.
To center, Bowman backing up. He'll make the catch. 2 away. Turner went halfway, goes back to first. He'll stay there with 2 gone in the inning. And coming up, Connor Larson. Connor Larson had a base hit in the first inning.
Second baseman, Connor Larson.
Bond and Larson both hitting right around 300. That's the lowest averages in this lineup for Westminster Christian.
Hitters all up and down their lineup.
They are 28-3 on a 25-game winning streak. Curveball sent to center. Bowman struggles to his feet. He tripped and has that one go off his glove. Turner will stay at third, running the whole way with 2 outs, but unfortunate there for Lutheran South as the speedy Bowman tripped on his way to the ball, ended up getting to it. By that time, he would have had to make a diving, sliding catch. Can't do it, so the inning is still alive here for the Wildcats.
Bowman is an excellent center fielder, and ball, he saw the full swing, but the ball was off the end of the bat, so it just didn't travel. And these bats just sound different than your old bats, and so they really couldn't tell, you know, is it hit hard, is it not hit hard?
Jordan Smith, another sophomore. Great sophomore class for Rich Van Gilst. You have Shane Bennis, you have Jordan Smith. Brett Bond, the catcher. And your 2 pitchers, dominant pitchers, 8-0 and 6-0. Combined, their ERAs are below 1.5. They're just juniors.
Probably going to good chance to see them back here again next year.
Yeah. Again, they won it in 2011. To the shortstop, underhand to the second baseman, Schumer to Martin, and they're out of the second inning without giving up any more runs. So it stays 7-0. Westminster, Ryan Strom, as he settled down. We'll come back to the bottom of the second after this on Metro Sports. Lance Quisenberry, you're calling that the first ever mascot you've seen at a baseball game?
A high school game, probably. I mean, I know you see some professionally and maybe in college, but man, I don't recall any high school. Where's the cheerleaders at? Come on. We got some we're going to mascots. We got some cheerleaders too.
The Blue Wildcat was just dancing to the song "Eye of the Tiger." That's
Is that the same? Tigers and Wildcats?
I think tigers can be wildcats, but not all wildcats are tigers.
Are they all in the cat family?
They all are in the feline family.
Okay.
Yeah, you bet.
Okay. Maybe that'll work. Eye of the Wildcat.
He can be lots of things. He can be a tiger. He can be a bobcat, jaguar, puma. He can even throw a lion at you, okay? He's just a wildcat.
Okay.
Covers all the bases. 3 pitches and a strikeout looking there from Lavelle as he gets Brandon Downey to start the second inning.
Yeah, it's so important for Lutheran South to realize this is just the second inning, and they just need to chip away here and get a run or two. They're not going to get all 7 back in one inning, but just get a run or two and just get things rolling and see if you can come back and win this thing, because you got plenty of time. Just don't get down.
Hard hit ball to second base, and a great play there by a leaping Connor Larson.
I think we saw Connor yesterday take a step in on a ball hit and then barely catch it over him. Well, this time he learned from that mistake, and if he would have taken that step in this time, he would have had no chance, and that's a great play.
Terrific play by the senior second baseman. Just 5'8". He used all of those inches to get up top and catch that one. So 2 down rather quickly here in the second.
If you're Lutheran South, that's just demoralizing. You get a guy that hits a ball hard, and they make a great play.
Trevor Jost, the left fielder, comes up. Jost was 1 for 3 with a run against Savannah on Friday. It's out of play. For Lutheran South, they are 25-5. And now they beat Lutheran North, they beat Connect, and they beat Savannah to get to this point in the playoffs. The farthest they've ever been. Got one third-place finish on their resume. That was back in 1981. And yeah, they're going to appeal to first and say that Jost went. And that's 2 strikeouts in the inning for Mr. Lovell, and he makes quick work of the Lancers. Westminster Christian scored 7 runs on 10 hits already in this game. They lead Lutheran South, who has yet to record a hit. Westminster up for the 3rd time. They're the visiting team. Jacob Buffa will come up. He singled in the first. Left fielder for these Wildcats. Both these teams out of St. Louis in the same league. Know each other very, very well. Buffa to left, jogging over and making the catch is Jost, 1 away.
Important for Lutheran South to just keep it here at 7 runs. Got a lot of time left, and don't let it get it's already out of hand a little bit, but don't let it get any further, and just start trying to chip away and get a run or 2 here and make some good things happen.
Here's Bryce Bell. Bell also singled in his first at-bat. They batted around and then some in the first to get those 7 runs. Curveball, a good-looking one in there for strike 2.
Strum's got that big, slow curveball. You can see if he can mix his pitches well, he can be effective.
You see him throw that to left-handers, I imagine, quite a bit. There's another one that starts at the plate and then moves outside, ball 2. Another one. Bell determined not to swing at it. 3 balls, 2 strikes.
Those are close, but they're off the outside corner there, so that's a tough pitch to take, but they're balls.
Bryce Bell, the bottom of the lineup. With Matheny on deck, you have to take into consideration where he's at, where he's hitting at all times. And we've seen that with a couple teams. Savannah had their best hitter hit leadoff, not a prototypical leadoff guy like Matheny, but you just want to give him as many at-bats as possible, I guess.
Yeah, I've seen it done. I've done it lots of ways as a coach. I've had a prototypical guy that's going to take a lot of pitches, going to bunt, do things like that, but then I've got a guy that goes up there and he pops a double for you and get you going that way.
Bell pops that one out in the center field. Bowman races over and makes the play. 2 down.
So a lot of different ways to do it in your leadoff hitter, but
center fielder Tate Matheny.
Either can be effective.
Tate Matheny, already the dirtiest uniform out there. He slid in head first for a triple in the first. That came after his single, also in the first. 2 for 2 already in this game. Takes ball 1 inside.
Well, you've seen him hit the ball with a pretty good pop to all fields here, so you don't really know where to go in on him.
Just under that one. And that's another one for Yost. And he brings it in. So 3 quick outs for Strom, and he has settled down. Still 7-0 though, Westminster Christian. Can Lutheran South wake up the bats? We're back after this.
Tournament leaders and all the latest information on Missouri high school activities is all on the web at thenewmission.org. Now batting for Lutheran South, designated hitter Cole Bornhop.
Cole Bornhop, the DH for these Lancers, comes up now. Takes high for ball 1. Bornhop was 0 for 2. Got on though a couple times on Friday, scored a run.
Hit a ball hard to left field.
Yeah, he
got
did.
The one where the guy
Preston Bailey caught it
and didn't know he caught it. He hit that ball hard, so didn't have much to show for it, but hitting the ball hard.
Wind blowing out to left right now. That's another hard hit ball by Bornhop. Freshman coming through on the big stage here.
Good-looking kid, good-looking swing for a freshman.
First hit of the game for Lutheran South. Another base runner, and they're back to the top of the order.
Center fielder Nick Bowman.
You can get a run or 2 here, 3. That's going to maybe change the momentum here of this game.
Nick Bowman up. He walked on 4 pitches in the first.
Been impressed with Bowman. He's, him and Gig, the catcher, are both really patient hitters and get good pitches to hit.
5'10" junior. Calls time.
Let's go.
Finally sees the strike, and it's 1-1.
If he puts the ball in play, you watch this kid run, because he can flat run.
Over 20 walks on the season. Got on in the first. Didn't see him try to run, and maybe that was just a result of being down 7-0. Why risking out on the base paths when you need a lot more than just one guy to come home?
And you just got, and maybe that was the right call. I don't know, but you got to, you can't try to get all your runs back in one inning here. You just, if you can just get a couple and just break the momentum, it changes things a lot. And so don't worry about the 7 on the board. Just worry about getting some runners across home plate.
Benjamin Lovell, the pitcher for Westminster, and we're going to do 3-2 again. Bowman's more of your prototypical leadoff hitter.
Definitely.
Oh! Your buddy called it, rung him up.
Yep. Thought he caught
Big Hand said that was inside corner. I don't know about that one.
And a lefty,
give him a hard time.
Lefty coming across the plate there. Sometimes it's where it crosses the plate instead of where he catches it. And
Bowman was surprised, but here is a base hit by Strom.
Oh.
He picks him up, and that gets by the left fielder, Buffa. Here comes Bornhop into third. He hesitated around second. Otherwise, had he turned at second, he might have been able to score after the misplay and left. Strom is going to have a courtesy runner for him. The pitcher helps out his own cause there with a double.
Yeah, you know, there's two rules of thought there, and you're coming around second. You're either looking at the coach or you're looking at the play. And as you know, we've always taught it is if you come around second and the ball's in front of you, that's your call. And your left fielder just we talked about angles in the outfield, and just didn't get behind the ball, and it got by him.
Here's Ethan Crenning. He struck out in the first.
I think that surprised the coach as well that it got by him.
So here's your opportunity for Lutheran South. Runners in scoring position, just one out. Ethan Crenning takes outside.
We talked about that Lutheran South hasn't scored a run in 3 games against Westminster. This might be a big hurdle for them. They can get over that. You never know what might happen. They've got a big opportunity here to do that.
How big was that strikeout to Bowman? If he's on, then a run is already scored, but this run will score. Bornhop to the plate. Throw comes in from Matheny, and it's a good one. I'm not even thinking about coming home was the courtesy runner, but another base hit for Lutheran South, and they're on the board. It's 7-1.
Yeah, your guy at second probably wanted to wait and make sure that ball got through before he broke to third, and that's what you got to do. You got to see a line drive through. And I thought for a second that Bennis was going to be there to catch it because he broke in to second for the pickoff, and it didn't happen. And then he was almost there for the line drive, so almost worked out for him. But good to see we get a run across the board here, and let's get this game a little closer and have a ball game here.
Yep. Runners at the corners. Rally still going here for Lutheran South, and your cleanup hitter is up, Samuel Gigg. Looped one to second in the first inning. Pops another one up here. That's a slicing foul, and that's going to be just out of play. The first baseman, Connor Einertson, I don't think he ever saw it.
Yeah, I don't know if he saw it. I don't think he did because he turned the wrong way right off the bat, and so he probably never saw it. We got a really high sky today, not a lot of clouds, so even Bowman, we talked about him missing the ball in center field. That might have played some really hard to pick up that white ball in that really light-colored sky today. It's important for the infielders to be pointing out baseballs to the outfield.
Strike 3 called to Gigg. His struggles continue.
Just drop that curveball in there for a strike, and
Shortstop Dalton Schumer.
lefties can take that thing around the plate and drop it in there for a called third strike.
2 outs now. The shortstop Dalton Schumer is up. Runners still at the corners. And Lutheran South add to the 1 they've already put up on the board this inning.
I think it's important for Lutheran to still stay aggressive here, just like they played, just like you did yesterday. Stay aggressive. Ignore the score and just go play. Easier said than done, right?
Yeah, it is. And there's a big scoreboard up there. It's nice. And their kids.
Yeah.
Always listen to you. Schumer was 0 for 3 yesterday. He'd had that RBI. Fouled off again. He's a 300 hitter.
Got a good looking swing. Hit a few balls par really hard yesterday.
The St. Louis schools having to come down to Springfield to decide who's the best in Missouri Class 3. So far, it's been Westminster Christian. But a chance here for Lutheran South to start chipping away. That ball, though, is hit right to right field. And Smith catches it. And no more damage done. So Lavelle gives up just 1. It's still a 6-run lead.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is 3 p.m. You can win a t-shirt from previous Mission Championships.
Fans up, excited. Not only is it the championship game, but it's also the T-shirt toss inning, Lance. We were waving our hands. They just never tossed it up to us.
I don't think they got the arm to get it up there. I don't know. Need one of those T-shirt cannons, maybe. Shoot them up here.
That's what this tournament needs. T-shirt cannons.
Make things a lot more exciting.
I think it makes every situation more exciting. Shane Bennis is your batter. He'll lead things off in the top half of the fourth. Westminster Christian batting. Sharply hit, but right at the shortstop, Schumer, who airmails one to the 6'5 Downey. That's hard to do, but that was just
nice pitch,
off his glove and out of reach, and that's going to be an error on Lutheran South. Bennis on.
Don't want to say that maybe he took his at-bat maybe out there on the defense. It looked like he was trying to take a little frustration out on that throw, and he hummed that thing across there and just got it up too high for Danny to handle it.
Second error of the game for Lutheran South. There's the three-hole hitter, Turner, first pitch swinging to the gap, but it's high enough to bring both fielders over, and that's going to be the right fielder, Ethan Crinning, making the play.
Good play, good angle by your right fielder there, and Crinning and
First baseman Connor Inertson
got behind it and was able to make it look pretty easy.
Connor Inertson.
Inertson, again, we talk about struggled a little bit with left-handed pitching. Last time at bat he tried, they had him bunt with 2 strikes, and I don't know if they'll take the same approach again here or not.
Off speed in the dirt. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Strom's got ahead of these left-handed hitters and then just went to work with that curveball. It's a good pitch for him. And
move to first. Bennis is your runner. Just 2 stolen bases on the season for Shane.
Dropping that curveball in there.
Yep. Inertson waits on it and delivers into right. Bennis will stay at second as Crinning collects it, gets it back into the infield. But 2 on, 1 out here for the Wildcats.
Good job by Inertson. Saw that curveball 2 times in a row before that pitch, and I just thought, I've got a pretty good idea, I'm going to see it again, and he set on that and did a good job of hitting a line drive into right field there for the base hit.
There's Brett Bond for the 3rd time. One for 2 already. Another smash. Man, that's going to be his 2nd RBI of the game. As jogging home is Shane Bennis. Getting into 3rd is Inertson, and there's Bond with a stand-up double.
It's what you didn't want to see if you're Lutheran South. You get a run on the board and gather the momentum and want to build on that, but instead of getting a 0, got to give up a run and maybe break momentum a little bit, and now we've got to get out of what could possibly be another big inning for Westminster.
Catch will come off for the courtesy runner Tyler Catlett. Put his gear back on. 2 RBIs already for the sophomore. It's 8-1. Westminster Christian looking to add more here with runners at 2nd and 3rd. Connor Larson up. Connor Larson, little flare into left field. That's going to be caught though. And tagging is the runner Inertson, and he's going to score. Jost caught it. Inertson was waiting for him to do it. Tagged and snuck in there.
Yeah, that was, that's kind of one of those fly balls is kind of in between. Maybe you should run, maybe you shouldn't. But with 2 outs, I think that's a good call, and go ahead and try to get that run in there, and they do.
It's an RBI for Larson. Jordan Smith He's first pitch swinging. That's going to be a can of corn for Brandon Downey. So Lutheran South gives up 2 more. It's 9-1. The run they got in the third erased. It's now an 8-run game.
Congratulations. And John Hancock of Westminster Christian has been today showing their scores.
Brandon Downey made the last out. He's going to be your first batter here in the 4th.
A
lot of uphill work to do for Lutheran South as they find themselves down 9-1 now after giving up 2 runs in the 4th. Downey now 8-0 after getting the win in the semifinal game. Almost 400 hitter. Leads the team with 4 homers as well. They bat him lower in the order, though. He's 6th.
Yeah, and we talked about that a little bit yesterday. He is a sophomore, and so probably feels him a little more comfortable down there in the lineup.
Can't get that high strike called from Lovell, 3-1. And another walk.
Now, looks like what we saw at a level the first inning where he had a little trouble getting the ball down. All those pitches were up. And I'm sure he'll recognize that and see him looking over in the dugout, probably being reminded of.
He only had a pitching great over there in the dugout to help him with things. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think I'll listen to him.
Got to give Johnny Fry a hard time. There's always those innings where the third base ump, the 3-man crew, is right in line with our camera and the plate. Not bad there. If he stays there, he's okay.
Be in good shape there. That's usually not where you want to be when a right-hander hitter's up.
Nope.
He gets a lot of balls hit into the area very sharply, and you don't have time to get out of the way.
That right-handed hitter is Trey Martin. He's just a freshman. We saw him come in and run as a courtesy runner on Friday. He gets the start at second base on Saturday and gets himself an out. Excuse me. I was ready to call that a hit, but a nice play left by Buffa to track that one down. Otherwise, that would have been in the gap, probably to the wall and extra bases.
Yeah, and Buffa was in quite a bit, and so he did a great. You know, we talked about the ground ball. He didn't take a good angle right down the left field line. This fly ball line drive, he takes a great angle, and he had to do it quickly because it was hit so sharply you didn't have much time to get back on it. And good play by Buffa.
Talk about Westminster Christian sophomore class. Lutheran South is a good freshman class.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Bornhop and Trey Martin.
Martin and Bornhop have both hit balls hard today.
The younger Strom, Daniel Strom, he's a freshman pitcher for the Lancers. That one just through the third baseman, Luke Turner.
You want to know why third basemen usually have more errors than anybody else on the team? It's that right there. They just get some balls hit hard. They get weird hops, and we don't talk about this much, but usually a third base area is pretty chewed up because they're playing in on stuff, and so grass isn't quite as full as it is at other places, and so you get all kinds of crazy things happen over at third base.
Yeah, you know, shortstop playing back, you have all that time to get the ball. second base, you can pretty much knock it down and then pick it up and throw the guy out. But third, quick reaction time, and like you said, it's a good point about the all the chewed up grass over there.
Some guys, it's better to have at third base because you don't want them thinking.
Right.
Just react and make the play. And some guys, they think too much, and they miss more ground balls than they catch.
So here we go, Lutheran South with 1 out, 2 runners on. Another high offering there from Lovell. Another freshman, Bornhop up. Throw down to second, and a good job there by Larson to back up the play. Bornhop swung and missed. Heads up play by Bond. They could have had Downey with the better throw.
Yeah, I think they would have had him. And that, you know, you talk about players throwing to bases. You either want to have a long hop or you want to have the ball right to him, because those short hops like he throws, it's just you just kind of guessing there on the hop where it's going to go. So that's a tough play for the shortstop to make. And but those short hops.
Well, here's Bornhop.
All kinds of hops.
He's kind of a short hop. Yeah, just a freshman, only like 5'10". Waits on that off-speed offering, lifts it into center field. Matheny backing up. He's got a cannon out there too. We've seen that on display a couple times.
Then you watch outfielders. You know, I played outfield, and so I I have a lot of different things the way I like for outfielders to play. And one thing is, do they get back on the ball and come through it, and so they get momentum going to their target. And Matheny did a good job. And your center fielder for Lutheran South, Bowman, he does the same thing. Both are excellent defensive center fielders.
Nick Bowman up. See if he can deliver something here, and out at third base. Downey trying to steal. Cardinal rule, they don't make the first, the third out at third, and they do so right there. So once again, Lutheran South able to get something going, runners on, but unable to get back into this lead. 9-1 our score. Mick Schaefer, Lance Quisenberry alongside you at Meador Park in Springfield. So at this point, if you're Westminster Christian and head coach Rich Van Gilst, do you, Lance, start thinking spread here? We need to push a couple more across, see if we can end this after 5?
Shoot, yeah. You know, we want to get this thing done as quickly as possible, and you can get 2 runs here. We'll take it.
This one, though, will be a quick out. Jacob Buffa, he's out number 1.
Thought for a second there that shortstop Schumer may have lost his battle in the sun a little bit there, but he got it under control and made the play.
Curveball in there for a strike. Bryce Bell, your batter. Matheny on deck. It seems like Matheny is always on deck. Bell up the middle. Nice play by the second baseman. Not in time, though, despite the long, lanky stretch from Downey.
I can promise you the umpire at first base Gory Gilpin was wanting to punch him out.
Yeah.
That was going to be a great play, but he made the right call. He was safe.
That's your freshman Martin backhanding that. Just not in time to get Bell, who runs very well. Here's Matheny again. Pops that one up.
Looks like it's in play.
Gig going to get it. And Gig got it. You'll take that anytime if you're Lutheran South. Have Matheny pop out, foul ground. So after going 2 for 2 in the first inning, he's now 2 for 4 on the game.
That's awful.
That is. Well, that will drop his average. His average over 600.
It's terrible.
500 kills him. Now here's Shane Bennis with 2 outs. Runner at first is Bell. 8-run lead. 10 is the spread. After 5, we're in the top of the 5th. Obviously, no matter what, with Lutheran South being the home team, get a bat again. So far, Strom's gotten 2 easy out. That was a little nubber just past the runner. Martin collects, but makes a bad throw to first. It's back against the bricks, and the runners are going to advance. No one's at home. He's trying to get home, and Bell does not in time. Bell, a heads-up play, noticing that nobody was covering home, but was unable to get there, and the flip to Gig and a crazy play is in time, and he gets him out at home. So a lot of action, but no runs here for Westminster.
Booth on your way out to Meador Park. If you don't order today, you can check out their ad in the program or visit them online at www.photoglyph.com.
One is still our score, barely. This crazy play that ended the top of the 5th. Shane Bennis hit a nubber to second base, and it was Trey Martin, who came up with it. Made the bad throw to first. It gets away, and Lance, tell us who should be backing up first in this situation.
Well, either your catcher, usually it's your catcher, but your pitcher got over there as well, and one of those guys has to back up the play, be at home plate. And fortunately for Lutheran South, Gig noticed that and was able to get there in time to get the out.
And Bell heads up. He noticed nobody was there. Just wasn't able to execute it.
It's a great heads-up play by Bell, and would just maybe made the decision just a half a second late, or he would have scored.
Another pop-up. This one off the bat of Bowman, who was at bat when the runner was thrown out at third last inning, and he's retired.
Pitcher Ryan Strom.
Pitcher Strom. He delivers that into the gap. Can Matheny get over there? You bet he can. Talked about it yesterday, Lance. This is a 5-tool guy. He's showing off his speed, his arm, plays great defense, hits for power, average, everything.
Yeah, it's there's guys you see that maybe they're going to play Division I baseball, and you're kind of like, maybe not. No question, he's definitely a Division I player.
Maybe beyond. Saw one guy that's going to get drafted in Blake McFadden earlier today. Matheny might make for a nice pick here soon. And trying to call time twice in a row is Crenning. He was finally awarded it at that time.
Yeah, well, it's kind of throwing through the stop sign there of his umpire, and maybe a little head game going on there.
Yeah. 1 ball, 1 strike. Crenning had a base hit his last at bat. Chops that one to the right side, and that's through the hole between first and second. Booted out there by the right fielder, and because of that, Crenning's going to be able to get to second. So count that a single, and then an error on the right fielder, Smith.
Oh no, outfield-wise, you're always taught nobody on base. Single hit to you, break down, and we call it a safety ground ball. Keep the ball in front of you, and just got a little bit of a hurry there and didn't break down. The ball got by him, and again, not a big mistake because you're up 9-1, but a little closer game, that might have been something that was much more important.
So Lovell will go back and work out of the stretch here. High to Samuel Gigg. It looked like Smith might have been on his horse trying to get to that ball to see if he could have a shot at Crenning at first. We've seen a couple close plays this weekend of guys almost being able to make that, what would it be, 9-3 put out? Yeah,
and you've also got to know your runner at home plate. Crenning's he's not a slow guy. He's got some speed, so that was gonna be a tough task to do.
Gigg, foul.
Well, we've seen Gigg all week take pitches. Yeah. And he gets into a 2-0 count, fastball count here, and well, he was all over that one. So.
Still looking for his first hit of the weekend. He's been on base. He walks a lot. Cleanup hitter is yet to clean up. Does have a magnificent beard, though.
Yeah, most high schoolers can't grow a very good hair there and a scraggly one over here.
Like 28.
He's got a good one going. When I was a high school coach, I never let my guys grow beards because I told them, someday you'll thank me. You'll look back at those pictures and you're like, man, that was awful. And so I was just saving them some grief.
Beard's one thing, but yeah, if you go like goatee or mustache, oh no.
Yeah. But hey, if Gigg was on my team, I might have said, all right, you can grow one. I'll let you keep it.
And that hit him. You're going to say it hit the bat. Home plate umpire's going to say it hit the bat as well as his hand. Gigg says, hold on a second, that hit my hand. Good job there by the home plate umpire, Eddie Duggar, looking to see.
Yeah, he's going to get the umpires together and make. We saw this yesterday. Just make sure you get the call right. No ego. And I've been around Eddie quite a bit, and he's not got a big ego. He's going to make sure he gets the call right.
Going to call a foul ball. The third base and first base umpires didn't see anything that would lead them to believe that.
Looked like it's right off the knob of the bat. That's what it looked like.
And it's possible for a ball to hit both bat and hand. That might have looked like it got part of the hand. So
tough
Gigg,
to see there.
Yeah, 2-2, 2 outs, and pops that one in play, but unable to get over there is Bond.
You want to swing the bat anyway.
Yep. They're going to need to. Lutheran South has any visions of getting back into this game. They're down to their last 7 outs.
On that call too, the umpire probably going by what he heard as well. We can't hear that from up here, and he might have heard right up into the bat.
Well, the mascot's done. He's done his work. It's too hot. It's like over 80 degrees.
And he got over 85, so he's out.
Didn't shut that tail in the door or anything. What does the mascot drive, I wonder?
He's not even going to stick around for the trophy presentation. What's that? That's no dedication.
Let's make sure we don't catch him doing something he shouldn't be doing. No, we shouldn't be on camera.
Might want to shoot away from that one.
Gigg, he's been under him all game long, and this is another fly out. Matheny will come over in front of Smith. and make the catch, and Lutheran South once again unable to put a run across. 9-1, going to the 6th. We are back. Lance Quisenberry McShafer at Meador Park in Springfield for the Class 3 state championship game. 7 runs in the first for Westminster. It's been kind of ho-hum ever since as they've been in control. The pitcher, Benjamin Lovell's been pitching well. Ryan Strom, the pitcher for Lutheran South, has settled down, but took him 7 runs to do so. Here's Luke Turner. He's 1 for 2.
Yeah, Strom's done a good job since that first inning and been in command for the most part. But 7 innings, 7 runs in that first inning kind of put a damper on this thing early.
3-0 to Turner. Strom's going to attend Westminster College with teammate Samuel Gigg, the battery here next year, both seniors. That ball is smoked to left. Will it stay up? It'll bounce once and go over for a ground rule double, one of the hardest hit balls we've seen all weekend long, off the bat of Luke Turner.
So he got an inside fastball there and was able to turn on it. And from the sound of the bat, it didn't sound like he really got all of it, and maybe got it off the handle a little bit, but got it over your left fielder's head there and bounced over and go in easy for a double.
Coming out of the game is Ryan Strom. His final baseball game as a high schooler, gets a standing ovation and a handshake from Andy Bennis. Good to see.
I'd say these two teams that we said have met before a couple times. I said there's a mutual respect between the two of them, so they probably know each other pretty well.
We'll come back, talk about the new pitcher after this. new pitcher in the game for Lutheran South is Dalton Schumer. The shortstop comes over to take over the mound. That means there's going to be a new shortstop.
Dalton Schumer.
That's Trey Martin. He moves over from second base. Number 14, freshman, will take over at shortstop. And the new second baseman is Dirk Otterstein. Yesterday's closer, really, in the game, came in, finished things off, got him to this championship game. He comes into the game for the first time, and Ryan Strom stays into the game. He'll come in and play center field.
Now batting
left field, I apologize.
Connor Peterson.
All this for Connor Einertson, the cleanup hitter. Luke Turner is on second with nobody out. He just smoked a ground rule double over the fence in left. 1 for 2 for Connor so far. He's got a walk and a single.
I do not think Westminster's seen a right-handed pitcher since they've been up there, have they?
I don't think so.
I think they saw two lefties yesterday, and they saw a starter here as a lefty, so a right-handed pitcher. This is something new to them. As we talked about all yesterday, Einertson was struggling a little bit with left-handed pitching, and now he gets a righty up there.
Downey. Well, I guess they didn't face Downey yesterday. Yeah, no. It was all lefties. 2 balls, no strikes. Schumer. He's got a .78 ERA, pretty good. He's only pitched a handful of innings. He's 1-0 on the season.
I'd say that he is their shortstop.
Yes.
And, he's probably their best option there, and so he just stays there.
Well, a lot of times your shortstop's your best athlete. When it's your best athlete, you got a guy that can throw. Get him in there at times, but he's 3-0 to the hitter Einertson. Westminster certainly looking to push a couple more across. See if they can shave an inning off this game and spread one of their rivals in the state championship game. Schumer. Sidearm there for that pitch.
3-1, dropping down. Interesting.
Drops down again, and that is sent into center field and past Bowman. That's going to allow the runner Turner to score. Here comes Einertson looking for 3. Einertson didn't need to slide. Triple and an RBI, and it's 10-1. Bowman kind of stuck in no man's land out there, trying to come up, see if he could make the catch. By the time he realized he couldn't, he'd taken a bad angle to it, and that just shot past him.
Yeah, the fastball was left up over the plate, and Einertson did a good job of just hitting the ball back up the middle and hit it hard. And talked about angles in the outfield a little bit. Just looked like you thought about maybe trying to get up there and catch it, and then he decided not to. It just kind of caught in between hops there, and it got by him.
Brett Bond is a switch hitter, and so having seen nothing but lefties so far, this is the first time we've seen him turn around and hit from the left side. He's a good-looking young player. You got your catcher, he's a sophomore, he's a big kid, switch hitter. It's over 300 for you, takes care of your staff. Be a nice guy to have for the next couple of years.
Yeah, he's a good-looking player, and looks like he swings the bat with a lot of confidence. So, sure, coach is glad he's going to have him around for a couple more years after this.
Outside. 3 balls, 1 strike. Sent straight up. Pointing at it is the pitcher, Schumer, and Gig unable to make the catch. They're going to call that a foul ball, though. Landed just inches off the line. You saw the pitcher come down off the mound, but he wasn't interested in trying to make the play.
Well, he pointed and acted like he could not see it. And I didn't see your first baseman breaking in, so he might have not have seen it either. So that was the catcher's ball and kind of got him by surprise there.
Never understood that. It's such a tough play for the catcher coming out. And there's a walk. Bond will take first.
Well, you'd like to see the catcher get out and then get his back turned and come towards it. But that ball's a little far up the line for him to be able to do that. And you've got to. Your first baseman was playing all the way back up against the grass there, his back. And so I don't know. That's probably your catcher's ball. He's got to try to get out there, but just wasn't able to do that.
Courtesy runner in there for Brett Bond. And I understand they don't want the pitcher coming down off the mound, but Schumer was already down off the mound. At that point, it's a much easier play for him.
And he's a shortstop. Yeah, so he should be able to. That shouldn't be that tough a play for him. I've got some pitchers on my team that I know I don't want them trying to catch a pop-up. Get out of the way. But I also have a pitcher who is an outfielder as well, so anything hit that's around him, we want him to take it. So I think that's probably what you would want Schumer to do.
0-1 to another lefty here. Good time in the order for Lutheran South to come in with the right-hander, as this is Connor Larson. With Einertson, the switch hitter Bond, and Larson, that's 3 straight lefties that have welcomed Schumer to the mound. Larson under it. Shortstop Martin comes over. He has a tough time with it as well, but one down.
Yeah, I think we've seen a couple shortstops have a little trouble. I think sun might be in their eyes in that area, and there's not many clouds in the sky today, so the sun's beaming down and giving some infielders a little trouble on their pop-ups. Schumer liking to drop down there every now and then, throwing that sidearm fastball.
First righty he's faced. Jordan Smith. The runner at third is Einertson, 1 away. 90 feet away from having that 11th run to be a 10-run spread. And they would be in position to end this game an inning early, but another pop-up. We've seen a lot of those in this game. Second baseman. It's an adventure out there.
Battling the sun.
Otterstein brings it in for out number 2.
Surprised they don't have some type of sunglasses or something on out there, and maybe help them a little bit with that issue.
Jacob Buffin, an RBI situation here. Lutheran South trying to keep this a 9-run game.
Yeah, you might think, well, it's 10-1, no big deal. But I promise you, Westminster wants to get this thing over as fast as they can and get this run in.
Even if they realize they're probably going to lose this game, they want it to go the full 7. The runner goes from first, and they throw down to third to Einertson. Neil Goldstein trying to deke the runner. He's done that a couple times, pretending the throws got away from him.
Needless to say, that's probably worked at least one time for him, or he wouldn't keep doing it.
Tyler Catlett is the runner at second, the courtesy runner. He swipes second base. Outside to Buffa. Bouncer to third. Goldstein off his chest. Run comes home, and he's out. Don't count that run. I didn't think he had any time to get him. But Goldstein with a strong throw, Downey with a big stretch, and they keep it at a 9-run game. It's 10-1 Westminster Christian, 6 outs left for Lutheran South. Lutheran South coming up here in the bottom of the 6th. Been able to scratch across 1 run on just 4 hits. Meanwhile, Westminster Christian got 1 more last inning to add to their total, up 10-1 on the verge. Looking forward to their 2nd straight state championship here in Missouri Class 3. The new pitcher, Dalton Schumer, steps up against Benjamin Lovell, who's gone the distance. Just quietly pitched a great game. Schumer out to center field. That's a base hit.
Not a bad pitch by Lowell, down, and just Schumer went down and got it, and off the end of the bat, got a single.
Lutheran South need to start being more aggressive, start attacking at the plate.
Well, at this point, don't got a whole lot to lose, so might as well let it fly. You talk about Lovell, just, haven't talked a lot about him because, got the big league start, but he's been pretty solid and giving up 5 hits now.
This one's sent into the gap in right center. Might be trouble for Westminster, and it is. Matheny can't get there. Downey delivers. Throw comes in, and they'll hold Schumer at third. Out to the choke masonry sign out there in right center field. Downey connects, and a no-out double.
Looks like that jet stream to right center is starting to go again, like we've seen it the last few days, and he got that thing up in it and it just carried and carried.
Actually, Matheny got to it before it got to the wall. So 2 on, nobody out here. Lutheran South looking to make something happen. Here's the freshman Martin. He puts a charge in 1 to left. And that's over the head of Buffa. 1 run scores. Another one coming home. Downey comes plateward. And a 2-run double by that freshman, Trey Martin.
It's 2 freshmen, Martin and Bornhop, both look really solid.
Great swings up there.
And
that ball just carried. So 2 more runs for Lutheran Christian. It's 10-3. Andy Bennis at the mound talking to his pitcher, Lovell. The catcher out there in Bond. deciding what they're going to do the rest of the way here. Runner on second, nobody out. Dirk Otterstein, his first at-bat coming up.
Yeah, sure. Coach Bennis is just out there saying, you know, we got a 10-3 lead. Just do what you've been doing and throw strikes, make the hitters put the ball in play.
But 3 earned runs matches what Lovell's given up all season long.
That's amazing.
That is, isn't it? McFadden earlier has only given up 1 earned run.
Two completely different kinds of pitchers, too.
Yep.
Both effective.
Here's Lovell to Otterstein, strike 1. Another hard hit ball. That's out to left as well, and that's going to get down over the head of Buffa again. Another run is going to score. Otterstein delivers an RBI double. Trey Martin scores, and hold on here. It's 10-4.
You've had Westminster's outfield playing in all day, and now they are starting to get balls hit over the head, and so that's they need to make a little adjustment. You got a big lead. Let's back up, keep ball in front of us, and not give up these extra base hits.
So Bennis coming out, and that'll be it for Benjamin Lovell, and they'll bring out Benjamin Mitchell to take his place on the mound. We've seen a nice round of applause for Lovell. Gets a handshake from Steve Fund, hug from his teammates. We've seen sophomore, freshman, and now freshman up for Lutheran South leading this rally back. Can they keep it going? We'll come back after this. Lutheran South with something going here in the 6th inning. It's 10-4, Westminster leading Lutheran South. It was 10-1 to start this inning, but they've played it 3 so far, and still nobody out. And it's been the bottom of the order and a bunch of young'uns getting it done. And I mentioned that. And Cole Bornhop, a freshman, steps to the plate. Here's your pitcher, Benjamin Mitchell, 2.25 ERA. Another good one. 4-1 on the season. One of those primary pitchers for these Wildcats. They have 3 of them: Vanderslice, Lovell, Mitchell, who actually has batted quite a bit, but they're not afraid to focus guys on pitching. And just like Vanderslice and Lovell, Benjamin Mitchell is a junior as well. So 2 lefties started the game. 2 righties are now in the game for these teams. Bornhop, Otterstein on second. Swing and a miss. Foul tipped that one into the glove of Bond.
What if Bornhop put the ball in play here and just keep putting pressure on Westminster? Don't want to strike out here. Want to put the ball in play.
Class 3 championship game getting a lot more interesting here. Lutheran South keep it going. The Mitchell high to Bornhop. Count evens at 2-2. And Larson and Bond are going to meet at the mound and talk with Mitchell.
Looks like second baseman wanting them to get together. I don't know if he's quite understanding their signs right now as far as they're going first sign, whatever, second sign, runner at second. So I think he was a little confused. And then when he got to talking to him, I don't think they knew what they were doing for sure. So they want to make sure they're all on the same page here.
Bornhop fouls it off. Top of the order due up after this. Very different game than the first two that was played between these two. 3-0 and 2-0, both in favor of Westminster. Now we have a 10-4 game. Wildcats once again lead. Off-speed pitch taken for strike 3. First one we've seen from Mitchell.
Looks like cut the inside corner of the plate there.
So big out there by the relief pitcher Mitchell. That brings up the top of the lineup. Nick Bowman. Again with a runner on second. Still 1 out. And right back up the box. Off the glove of Mitchell. He won't have a play at first, but the runner at second will hold. Might have saved at least Otterstein going to third on that play. Matheny's got a great arm in center. I'm not sure had he not gotten a piece of that if Otterstein would have scored. But another base runner here for Lutheran South.
Yeah, we saw it the first game. Ball hit back to the pitcher and not a lot of time to react. Got a glove on it.
Yeah.
But not got away from him too far for him to go make the play at first base.
Ryan Strom, who started this game, on the mound for the Lancers. And the breaking ball called for a strike.
That's a good pitch.
Good pitch. They're a righty. Outside. Strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The hitter, Ryan Strom. Trying to get his Lancers back into this. Chopper coming off the mound is Mitchell. He'll fire to first. Gets Strom in time. Runners move to second and third, but there's 2 outs here in the 6th.
You know, 10-4 in the 7th inning. That's pretty tough. 10-6, a little more manageable. A little more hope there. And so a hit right here from Crenning might give his team a little bit better chance of coming back to that 7th inning.
There he is, 6'2" senior Ethan Crenning, right fielder. The breaking ball. We'll see how the left-handed hitter reacts to that pitch. That one was high, ball 1. 2 for 3. Couple base hits so far for Crenning. Having a good day. Goes down and gets that one and sends it to center field. Matheny right on it. Makes the catch. So Benjamin Mitchell comes in and closes the door. Allows no more damage to be done. Lutheran South plates 3. Still down 6 as we head to the 7th.
Westminster Christian.
Last inning of the last game of the Class 3 season here. Top of the 7th. Westminster Christian leading Lutheran South by 6. But it's only 6. The lead was 9. And Westminster was threatening to be in position to spread South, and then the South bats came alive. The bottom of the order, freshmen and sophomores for the Lancers. Scored 3 in the 6th. Changed the complexion of this game a little bit. Lefty Bryce Bell down 0-2. And Schumer now pitching. Dalton Schumer pitching for South. And strike 3. 3 pitches and a strikeout for Dalton Schumer.
Well, Matheny's going to get another chance to hit here. He didn't want to. And he popped up to the catcher last time and see if he can do a little something different with his last high school at bat.
Yeah, likely be his last high school at bat. 2 for 4 so far today. 3 for 5. I still think 3 for 5 would lower that average.
Yeah.
This one hit deep and high to right on the warning track. Making the catch for Lutheran South is Crenning. Those balls, you get them up there, they'll carry.
Yeah, you see the flag. It's changed directions and starting to shoot out there to right center like they've seen in the last couple days.
So 2 down in a hurry here for Lutheran South. Shane Bennis comes down sidearm once again. Dennis has been on 3 times today. That one way low and in the dirt. 1 for Lutheran South. Have a quick 7th inning here, top of the 7th. See if you can scratch together a few more hits, a few more runs in the bottom of the 7th. There's a walk to Bennis.
Down 6 runs, looks like a little bit too much to overcome, but I've been around this game for a while and have seen stranger things happen.
Third baseman, Luke Turner.
Luke Turner had a big base hit last inning. Double that hopped over the wall. We've seen from all these teams, all 4 teams here in Class 3s, very patient hitters. You don't have too many guys up there swinging at everything that's thrown their way. The reason why they advanced this far. Westminster Christian on that 25-game winning streak, looking to make it 26 and another state championship. Bouncer to second, toss to second after the bobble, and Trey Martin gets it done. So pretty quick inning for Lutheran South, and Schumer on the mound. They got to score 6 here in the bottom of the 7th.
The playing field at any time is prohibited. batting for the Lancers, catcher Samuel Gigg.
Last chance for Lutheran South here. Samuel Gigg, Dalton Schumer, and Brandon Downey will be your hitters. 4, 5, and 6 in the order. All righties against the righty that came on last inning, Benjamin Mitchell. Benjamin Lovell started it. Benjamin Mitchell here looking to end it for Westminster. Gigg chops it foul, down 0-2.
Gotta like that for Westminster. You put your nose situation coming right at his hitters, making them put the ball in play, not walking anybody.
In the dirt, ball 1. Strike 3. Gigg's retired, 1 down.
Nice curveball, a lot of down action. Also had it over the outer half of the plate. Good pitch with 2 strikes.
Up steps Schumer. Strike 1 off the inside part of the plate.
Umpires always would rather see your catcher catch the ball on a strike. It doesn't make them look very good when they catch it. A lot of them won't give you that strike if you don't catch it. If you're a catcher, it doesn't matter if it's right down the middle of the plate. If you don't catch it,
right?
I know, but there's a lot of guys out there that's just the way they do it.
Strike 2. Lancers still working for their pitch. Westminster. Strike 3. Mitchell's got it going on. Working the breaking ball, dropping it in for strikes, and they're 1 out away from their 2nd straight state championship.
Yeah, usually 2 strikes, you're looking for a breaking ball, and Schumer definitely wasn't looking for one there, and goes down looking.
Fans are on their feet here at Meador Park. 1 out away from their 2nd state championship in school history. It's up to Downey, who had a double to right center his last at-bat. Got things going for the Lancers in the 6th. Three 3-0 is the count. Three balls, 1 strike.
Might as well throw a couple more.
Yep.
Go at him.
That one just off the plate, so Lutheran South still being patient up there. They extend their season. 1 more batter. It's going to be Trey Martin coming up.
It's like a coach stepping in here and
freshman had a double last at bat, brought in a run.
Pinch hitter or what? Yep. Pinch runner. Something. Gonna try to find a way to get another guy in the game, or what's he gonna do here? Yep.
A new runner. And for Downey.
Pinch runner for the Lancers, number 10, Nathan Dane.
Nathan Dane, he's a senior. To get him in this last game. Freshman Martin. First pitch swinging. Will that stay in? It will, but Bond unable to get over to it. The third baseman as well, unable to get there.
That'd have been kind of boring. You want to strike out in the game. You want to celebrate, all that kind of stuff. Catch it over there by the dugout. That's kind of a weird, celebration there. We want to strike out or something.
Swing and a miss, and they're 1 strike away.
he's went to that curveball twice here and he's had 2 strikes to sing. I'd say we'll see it again here.
The 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. And that'll do it. Westminster Christian Academy are your champs in Class 3 baseball here at Springfield as everybody's on the dog pile.
I have been at the bottom of one of those things before,
man.
And you just want everybody off of you as fast as you possibly can get them off.
You got 9 guys. Oh, more than 9 guys. You get the entire team fit on that mound somehow. Well, that's Bond at the bottom. Hopefully he gets up.
Yeah, he's got the gear on.
Big guy, yeah, he's got the gear too. So 2 straight for the Wildcats. Congratulations to them and Rich Van Gilst and all their fans. Your champs in Class 3. We'll wrap things up after this.
Ladies and gentlemen, we now direct your attention to the field for the presentation of our awards for this Class 3 championship game. Presenting the trophy to our second place team is MSHSAA Board of Directors member Travis Brown. Let's give a big round of applause for the Lutheran South Lancers. Individual medals are presented to the Lancers, including the head coach Steve Fund, and assistant coaches Adam Rush, Andy Weber, and Greg Weber. And to the Lancers players, Jared Lunker, Daniel Gigg.
Lutheran South receiving their second place medals. The big trophy that goes with that. And then afterward, Westminster Christian for the second straight year will receive their first place medals and their big first place trophy to put in the trophy case back there in Town and Country, Missouri. Just outside St. Louis. These two teams know each other well. Their third meeting of the year, all 3 taken by Westminster. And they end the season on a 26-game winning streak. They looked, Lance, like the best team we saw here in Class 3.
Definitely the cream of the crop there. And batting average, ERA, all those numbers added up to a dominant team. And they showed that they were the best team by going out and proving it on the field.
Congratulations also to Marshall and Savannah. Savannah beat Marshall to win third place here earlier today. And then the victory right there, Westminster over Lutheran South. Coming up next, your Class 4 championship game. They're going to do the championship game first. Rockwood Summit and the Falcons taking on Parkway North and the Vikings. They might have to throw some more dirt on that mound as the entire Westminster Christian team was on top of it, dogpiling, celebrating yet another state title. For Lance Quisenberry and everybody at Metro Sports, my name's Mick Schaefer. We'll see you next time.